Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Atlanta getting ready to start our next series. Unfortunately, it's an elimination series, but we do have to get through the tournament, and that means one of these two teams is going home. Chaos will be taking on Virtus.pro, as you can see in front of you. Once again, our biggest apologies for the delay in getting this match started. We've been working on a technical issue, and I believe we are very close, if not already have the situation fixed, and are now ready to jump into game.
I'm excited to see what Chaos is going to bring to the table here on Nuke. VP, obviously a brand that everyone recognizes, but maybe the faces look a little bit different than what you remember. Chaos recently signing Ben's anime team, so this is not the same squad that played at DreamHack Open Summer under the Swedish team. It's a little bit different. Ben, Lead, Cam, Infinite, Steel, and Whippy. Infinite and Whippy looked really good yesterday in their opening match against Crazy. Actually, probably should have won that opening match against Crazy. Ended up going into overtime, where they unfortunately lost 19, I think, to 16. We're just waiting for this first map to get started so we can jump into the action. And it is going to be on Nuke. Second map will be Train. If necessary, the third map will be Inferno. Winner moves on, loser goes home.
Nuke, our first map, was the pick from Virtus.pro. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for Chaos specifically. In general, they haven't seemed to be afraid to go to the kind of tougher pick maps, despite the newness to the roster that we've been talking about throughout the event so far. So we're going to have to see if this team is ready to jump onto a Nuke match and see if they can come out on top of this one this time to save their tournament lives here. Best of 3, of course, so still have that Train match if things go awry here on map number 1, but can't be relying on that. That's enough delay, though, ladies and gentlemen. It is pretty much time to get into this, so let's go for map number 1, Chaos Esports Club against Virtus.pro in a best of 3 for an elimination. Winner goes on to the group decider match. Loser goes home.
We are ready to jump into Nuke here. The pistol round just about to begin. We've seen some chaotic pistol rounds thus far today, but it will be Chaos starting on the CT side. Steel and company trying to get things going early on here. Set the precedent for the match, set the pace for the match. VP gearing up to come down on top. It's PHR from the top rope, but Steel somehow ends up winning that duel. Mihu does get the trade almost immediately.
Back down into a 4v4 now. Remainders of Chaos here. Got them split up, well, actually grouped up together pretty heavily as they're playing mainly into Hell and Heaven in the ramp area. Infinite and Whippy taking duels both at ramp and at Heaven. Whippy having to play double duty too, as he's also got a support for Heaven. There is no additional presence inside of the site itself, so he needs to focus on that and trying to prevent the plant from happening. More of his team, as you might expect, will be grouping up on top of Heaven, but the plant will go down regardless.
There's Infinite as well, coming in, picking up a kill, bringing it down to just 3. It's Veggie, Mihu, and Snacks. They're trying to get in time for the defuse. Mihu with a nice shot onto Infinite. Whippy gets the trade, and now it's down to just 2. It's Veggie and Snacks, and now things are reaching critical mass. It's down to just 1, but it's Veggie who comes up with the huge 3K. He was pivotal in VP's play yesterday. Unfortunately, they were not able to find the victory, but he was the top performer, and he comes out swinging in the pistol.
Big play from Veggie after a crazy pistol round from VP there. Things get thrown into Chaos relatively quickly, but at the end of the day, Veggie comes out with a big win for his team, and that's going to put VP up 1-0 here. Full save looking like it is coming in for Chaos. We do have Veggie back in spawn, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Again.
Yeah, there we go. I think he was just messing with something, so should be all good.
Should be a relatively easy round for VP to take. No investment whatsoever. Not a single pistol purchase, no armor, no nades, no kits, nothing. Just USPs, a vanilla round. A lot of versatility in the buy from VP. A Scout, SG, AK, MAC-10, UMP. It's been a very quiet round so far, as well, on a single shot fired. Nades are going to be chucked out, though, and this will be a relatively straightforward inner take for VP. Actually, they're going down, so lower take, excuse me. They're going to work themselves into the B site. Not a single player from Chaos will be here to contest it. They played a full outer stack, so everyone from Chaos was outside. Again, I've called this like the phalanx, where it's all 5 players, so it's sort of building a wall, trying to make them pay for it. Didn't work out so well here for Chaos, as VP gets the bomb down scot-free. Nice shot from Steel. The lack of head armor there makes the quick work of Snacks. Mihu, though, with the AK. He's been dropped down pretty low. He's got to be careful. Don't want to surrender that gun. Don't want to lose any more money than you already have. Whippy, the last man standing. LMS might be able to find one more kill if Mihu gets spotted.
this point, though, it's really just wasting down time. As VP have the round secured. Veggie finally confirms it there against Whippy as he finds him in the corner, and that's going to be the 2-0 expected lead from VP. Not necessarily the cleanest way to get it done, but hey, they'll take that.
Curious to see what's going to happen now with Chaos. What they're going to do when it comes time to buy. The money will put an AWP in Steel's hands and in Whippy. So they're going dual AWP. There isn't a single AWP on the other side, but both AWPs are glass cannon. Neither one can afford the armor. Whippy's going to be playing outside. Looks like Steel is playing ramp room. And that is a quick kill coming out from Snatchy with the flash assist for Veggie. That is the scout as well.
Whippy, unfortunately, having to cover too many angles at once, ends up tricking himself and peeks directly into the scout, giving Snatchy the opening kill. The rest of VP still stacked outside, going to get ready to, I believe, go down secret here. Or no, we're wrapping around, it would seem. Just a couple of seconds, we'll see. I think we'll have a much better idea about where they're trying to take this towards, but VP trying to keep this as quiet as possible as they do approach the Hell entry. Working their way up to Heaven. Chaos as well seems to have a read on this, or at least some indication, so they are going to be watching out for it and trying to stop it, as this will be coming through at any second. You can see them there in the distance, stacking themselves up.
They lost that man early, but not much has happened since. VP has gained map control. We're waiting to see what they do with it. Now, they did upgrade that scout to the AWP that they picked off the corpse of Whippy. So here comes the pop flash to allow them into this upper site. Steel gets one. Cam dies in the back of sight. There's Infinite chiming in with the M4. Ben lead from the hut as well. A back and forth battle, but it is going to be Steel in a 1-on-2. No armor, no kit, just the smoke and an AWP.
Ben did try to escape, but was cut off in the back before he could make his way out from the hut. Steel nearly had himself a battle there a second ago, but Smoke gonna go down on the outskirts instead. Gives him exactly the room he needs to sneak out to the left and try to play into the corner. Was hoping he would get someone from VP to take the bait on that, or maybe be hiding in the corner themselves, but it's not gonna happen. And as such, there's not really room for Steel to win this anymore. So he's gonna be backing away, heading up to the roof of the building, and we'll look for the save.
Yeah, Steel needed to find a pick within the first 5 to 10 seconds of that bomb going down. Didn't get it. So as a result, he shifts position. He's looking to grab an exit potentially if he can. Really wants to keep that up in play if possible. So he goes up on top of the marshmallow. The bomb doesn't do too much damage up there. It will be the 3-0 start for VP, but at the very least, they get to bring another AWP into the next round. So that double AWP gamble with the glass cannon does not pay off at all whatsoever for Chaos. It was the rifles that did the work. Steel did find a kill.
Got that first trade.
Whippy got annihilated outside.
And that was, again, Whippy having to try to cover a little bit too much ground. He had gone for a side check for some reason at the warehouse that he was playing on the inside of, and that gave, I believe it was PHR, the room he needed to peek out and take him down with the scout. So VP now going to be moving through and taking quick secret control on this round. It's not the entire team, but it is the majority of the roster as they work their way downstairs. Infinite is in position to try and stop this, but as you might have noticed already, Chaos, unfortunately, are not working with the best buy this time. It is just upgraded pistols and four other players, buying armor, as Steel's armor is new as well. Infinite is going to be able to pick up one with a CZ. Fortunately, getting that second on the same mag is going to be a little bit too difficult. Snacks and Mihu find trades, and now we're down to 3 for Chaos.
Steel does buy armor to back up that AWP this time around, so again, he'll probably be in a potential save scenario if he's not careful. Oh my gosh, pixels separating both players from spotting one another. Steel seeming like he does want to back off a little bit. Ben Leitz found himself in SG. This would be an understandable time to just peel away and keep these guns in play, but they continue their advance towards the vents. Now they're going to spot Snatchy. It's a double peek, but he gets away unpunished. The positioning just didn't work out so well for Ben Leet. The gun's been dropped. Steel hasn't moved, just wants to keep this up.
So another save for him. VP take yet another round here, continuing to lead on the T side of Nuke at 4-0. For Chaos, it should be another buy coming up after this. But even then, things got run over on the first round due to the massive amount of outside control VP were able to get. About 30 or 40 seconds into the round. Now we're going to see how Chaos looks to adjust away from that or put a better blockage in the way to stop this much progress from being made so soon by VP.
Surprised that they committed to that so hard. Instead of bringing that SG into the next round.
Yeah.
But they still have the AWP. Steel's going to be tossing that one over to Whippy this time around. And again, Whippy looked really good with the AWP in that first match for Chaos on Train. Bit of a bumpy start here on Nuke. We'll see if they can turn things around here. This is a really strong buy coming up from the CT side. A lot of utility kits included. Of course, the AWP we've already mentioned.
And trying to sneak in some shots here. I don't think he's realized that Snacks has actually worked his way out right now, just on the outside of the vent drop. Steel is going to catch that, though, as he does try to go for the full-on drop. And that'll be a quick trade onto the Krieg for him. The rest of VP, for the most part, is still stuck either near or inside of T lobby, trying to go for an A crunch, it would seem. They don't have the right to initiate onto it just yet. You got players like Cam holding close inside of Hut as well. But here we go. Everybody moving out for VP. No one going for the vent drop. Ben does spot the play, drops the bomb as well. That'll be a siren call to the rest of the team to rotate onto this. Ben gonna look for one more, but he can't get it. He's traded out by Veggie.
Cam's position could be big. There's no way they're gonna anticipate it, and there it is. He pops out of the Hut. Peekaboo. Chaos wins the round. Steel finding the last kill, and they will grab that op as well. Good play from Cam, playing that one super patient. Could have backfired if he waited too much longer.
Great hold that we had right there coming in specifically from the Chaos side. Much more solid than what we had in the previous round.
Legendary ESEA forum poster, Pietro? Should I call him out by his ESEA? I think it was.
Go ahead, man.
No, I actually don't know if I can say it on air. I'm only kidding, it's not that bad.
Whippy is going to be taking an angle, and he might actually get a duel against someone on top of the Twinkie here, but it's not looking like it. He's going to be pulled aside by the op shot from over towards the big box. Steel's also helping with this push too. So again, looking to improve upon the last time outside got pushed by VP, which was that initial gun round. Oh, Whippy so close to lining up that shot. Just pixels above his shoulder. And he would have had a dead man more than likely, but not going to be the case this time. VP will get lucky if they still keep the full 5-man roster up and standing here.
Swing and a miss with the flash. Snacks just flubs it into the edge of the box. Cam playing up on the top of this smoke. Relatively no action after a minute ticks off the clock. 55 seconds left in the round, and finally VP starts to gain ground in this outer yard. Whippy again playing the op, but he's playing this one really far back. Very passive with the play. Steel on the stairs. Should be the key man in this defense. He'll get the first, finds the second as well. That's exactly what you want to see. And the take falls flat on its face, as now VP has to find another solution.
We've got most of VP trying to group up over towards ramp now and work their way down. Of course, you've got Snatchy already in good position. Whippy already ready to shut this down, though. Knocks out one of the two players trying to push down ramp. That's PHR gone. Bomb still under the control, but it's from the other side. They don't have a clean push in. Snacks as well just gets deleted by Infinite the second he walks inside of the site, and there is no real time remaining. Snatchy's best hope at this point is going to be to save. That's his intended goal. Op shot into the vent. We'll take out Cam, but that's all he'll be able to find. Round will expire. Chaos get their second.
If Cam got a female fan club, would they call themselves Cam Girls? Just food for thought. 2 rounds now for Chaos. Starting to pick things up here on Nuke. This was Steel locking down the stairs. Wisely falls off too after those first 2. Doesn't get too greedy. Understands that, hey, I've already done more than enough. So the only thing coming into the round from VP is that op. And right off the bat, Whippy is punished. So Whippy not really getting off to the good start that we saw him get off to on Train. Snatchy there with the punish. And another shot, a beautiful one as well from Snatchy onto Infinite. That's ramp room control, and guns now picked up. An op and an SG, and they've got some players with armor.
A lot of aggressive peaks coming out from Chaos, and they will pay the price for that, to be fair. I assumed they were going to be relatively safe, and in most circumstances that would be the case, but not in this round. Snatchy has led the charge and has found 2 massive opening kills for his team. The problem for VP now is going to be transitioning this onto a site. Even though, yes, they've picked up quite a few guns, one of the players with it doesn't have armor. And then you've got the utility issue as well. They have enough, though. That's the thing. 2 smokes and a molly on the B site, that could very easily work itself into an execute. But they've got to be cautious. Ham still sitting directly inside of control, looking to stop this. And actually, they're investigating options further back here now, too. Steel even has a hold on them from T lobby. And in a second, he might find a fight from that position. up on him now. There's the first one. Only a pistol player drop, though. He is going to look to drop one of the two ops and the bomb, most importantly. Molly goes onto the ground. He takes a clip of damage, but is able to peek out and find yet another pickup. PHR will find a trade on his Glock to take down Ben. That's another rifle into the hands of Virtus.pro, but Steel is going to shut him down once again. Oh, Snatchy denies the ace on Steel, and now brings us down to a 1v1.
Snatchy's going to take that op and that bomb lower. Snatchy got things started for VP. Cam is hot on his heels, ready for the chase. He hears the bomb plant. We'll see how this one plays out. Flashbang goes out. Missed shot from Snatchy. Cam will deliver. Steel does all of the legwork, though. Never skipped leg day. He picks up 4 kills, almost gets the ace. But that is a messy round for Chaos, considering the only thing that came into that for VP was a saved op.
It's very important to remember that. Yeah, it's a great recovery from Chaos to be able to still take control of it at the end of the day, but even leading up to the point where Steel pulled off that nice frag, little frag clip for himself there in order to bring his team back into it, that never should have gotten to that point in the first place. So Chaos, good thing Steel was able to control the situation from lobby as much as he did, because if not, that could have been a round for VP that they had absolutely no business getting. Nice little run boost for Whippy to get him up on top of Warehouse here. Unfortunately, he won't be rewarded with a kill from it, as we don't see the peaks in time from VP, and Whippy's going to very quickly jump down from that spot.
Chaos really needs to keep things going here. Can't let VP get too many more rounds. The money also for the CT side's a little bit rough. It's an important round for them to win. They do have the op in play. Whippy's the one carrying that outside. And again, Snatchy will have the op for the T side of VP. Now, Whippy has repositioned over towards ramp room. Looks like we're going to see some outer smokes here in just a second. Sort of the standard execute for Nuke. Multiple smokes outside, work your way towards the secret stairs, etc. Rinse, repeat.
Virtus.pro still taking things very cautiously. We'll need to speed this up relatively soon as we approach the 45-second mark. But quite a bit of presence on the inside of lobby. Again, leaves the options open. Could crunch down onto B or could go for the push directly into the upper site. But the decision needs to be made now. 30 seconds remaining. We do have a player on the roof setting up nades, so it's going to be an A push. In they go. A 1-to-1 exchange to start things out. Ben gets the second, but is also traded out by PHR. Plant going to go onto the ground. There's one more player sitting in the corner. I don't know if they've noticed. Whippy and Snatchy will trade blows. That also leads to the elimination of Snacks. PHR shuts down Steel on his attempt to push in for the retake. And now Infinite is left alone in the 1v2. Nearly gets himself the opener. Oh no! And the molly is thrown just slightly too low. Should have been the confirmation on the initial kill, but instead he just does 50 damage to himself.
Wanted to make his job a little bit harder as he wakes his way back into this bomb site. An unfortunate molly bouncing off the pixel in the door. It felt like Chaos had everything they needed to make that one happen, but you can see the frustration in Infinite's face. Just a little bit annoyed at the pixel that catches on that grenade. So it will be VP's round to take. We talked about the money. Not really in the greatest spot for Chaos.
The trade's ultimately just not favoring them when it came to that execute. Good push from Virtus.pro, though. They were kind of up against the wall, didn't have a lot of options for themselves, so went for the brute force option of just the standard execute into A, and it worked out brilliantly. Traded it out, had the nice 2v1 hold at the end. Most importantly, denied the sneaky play from Steel that really could have thrown the round over for them. And it just shutting down the 1v2 against Infinite.
Snacks again trying to get sneaky there. Makes his way to the corner. He's taken so much damage. I believe they heard the bullet impact that time, so Snacks gonna bail out as he's down to 23 HP. The double op does come out yet again with Whippy and Steel both carrying that scoped gun. Steel right now the top performer by a mile for Chaos. 7 kills above the nearest person coming into this round. VP does have yard control, and Snatchy's gonna lead a little bit of an expedition down the stairs, decides to head back. Again, a little bit more of a slower take from VP. The clock ticks down to 50 seconds before any action has really developed.
Down to almost 45 once again, but once more you can see this is also VP getting that dangerous amount of outside control. Infinite is going to be in position to stop it, but it'll be from the inside of Hell. So we'll see, as this is definitely a setup where Chaos have a good idea about what VP is trying to do, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they can stop it. No one checks the lockers against Infinite, though, and he nearly gets a double. Snatchy's brought down to 12 after he finds Veggie. Steel finishes off PHR, but Snatchy once again keeping his team in the fight. Finds another kill on Steel. Snatch moves in, catches the back flank against Ben in order to take him out. And now Whippy and Cam sit alone on either side. Mihu knocking out Cam, and Whippy now alone. But you can note that time, only 10 seconds left. If he could deny the plant, he would have a chance to win this on the timer, but he's just so far separated from the situation. They're so low, though.
That was such a bizarre round, too. It really was just chaotic, for lack of a better word. No puns intended. They were everywhere around the map. You have players taking ramp, players taking hell control. You have one in lobby. There's one still sitting mini. VP strangulated that A site from all of its angles. And if Infinite comes up with that second kill, maybe it reshapes the round just a little bit, because Snatchy went on a mild rampage. Just 2 kills, but they were ever so important. Whippy realizes this round is done, so there's no way that he's going to go for this one. And VP will again wander away with their guns intact. 6 rounds now on your T side on Nuke is pretty
really
healthy.
Good. I mean, just like the last round, ultimately, VP are getting the much better result out of the duels that are happening. Trades are always going their way for the most part, and they're catching the players that could potentially be the ones that flip the round on its head, essentially, like the sneaky play from Steel, and then catching the trade on the ramp, who would normally like shut them down if they were going to push into that or something. So VP are finding all the important frags right now, and it's making closing these rounds out that much easier.
I like the play here. Kind of shifting things up a little bit. Bringing some of their namesake into the mix. Veggie will catch out Steel on the other side of that. Whippy, I believe, is the one that dropped Snatchy down low. I think he hit him with a leg shot because Snatchy's sitting at just 31 HP. Whippy, though, does get the punish onto Veggie, so there is a trade there, but look at this. They've got vent control and they've dropped down with 3. Ben hears the vents, but not much he can do about this with just a P250, so they will have lower site control, and the bomb should be planted momentarily unless Infinite can slow it down.
Infinite gonna hold up against the door for now, hoping he gets a peek from someone. He's gonna get it, it's just from the wrong direction. Oh no, he still managed to get Snatchy though before he went down. So good stuff from Infinite to at least get the 1-for-1 exchange. Chaos is just so far detached once again though. Cam, Ben, and Whippy so far away from that B site to be able to confidently work their way back in. So I think that this one is going to be called off by Chaos as well. And you can certainly see that from Cam's perspective anyway. The rest of the team falling off now as well.
I think of regions that are noted for strong Nuke performances, and I think of 2. The Polish players and the Danish players. Danish teams and Polish teams have a long history with the map. Now, obviously, we're talking back many years when it comes to the Polish scene. We have not seen that dynamite Polish scene like we used to see. Look, there he is again. Legendary ESEA forum poster, Nipples. That's his name, Nipples. N1PPLES. Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Got our nice little crown shots going in there.
I love that camera.
That's
a AT&T 5G camera. That's cool.
That's a phone,
it's
by the way, folks, that we're running that camera from. So some cool little tech we've got here at DreamHack. Got a push coming outside. Not going to be quick, though, so Whippy won't have a chance to catch this just yet. Snatchy is the one pushing it, though, so we may have that op-on-op duel happen yet again within the next few minutes. Smoke setup is perfect. Whippy's not going to be able to see a thing, so if VP wants secret control again, they pretty much got it. Oh, fortunate timing on the smoke fade, though. Whippy's able to get one, but he's just off the mark for trying to find the second against PHR. So the trade is found by VP, and again, at least the first one is going to get dropped here. Veggie also gets an entry onto Ben by Squeaky.
Outside of that one round from Steel with the near ace, it feels like for the most part, it's been 1-for-1 trades for VP. They might lose the lead man, they immediately get a trade, and that gets them site control. That's been happening time and time again. Chaos cannot seem to multi-kill frequently enough. Steel, with that AWP, again, he's been kind of the star performer for Chaos. We haven't seen much from Whippy or from Infinite thus far. Steel's been carrying the torch. The lower site has been lost. Steel's going to siphon off with that AWP back towards the side of Hell. Mihu is still here, but Cam is coming in on the flank, so there's a possibility we could find a kill, but he is watching for it. Steel picks off PHR, a response from Snatchy, and now they're going to head down towards this lower site. Cam hears the footsteps. He's already got a teammate there. It's Infinite. Infinite just needs to buy time. Can't overextend this duel with Mihu, who's pinned down between the 2 players. A round coming in from Chaos they desperately needed to pick up.
Cam shutting it down at the end. Chaos finally finding a way to get back into this, and more importantly, try to keep the game close. They've already let VP get away with a pretty dangerous amount of rounds on this T side, and they cannot let them try to get any more here. They have to bring it back now. Otherwise, things will be very, very difficult to bring back in that second half. Get back into the game here, though. The next round has begun. Money's still looking confident for both teams. We have another fully bought round here. Chaos is going to be sending quite a few players outside. Quite a few nades getting chucked in there too. So curious to see if there's going to be anything crazy thrown out by them, but not looking like it. Virtus.pro still going for that outside control, but doing the same thing for quite a few rounds now. Easy smoke setup and an easy walk for 3 and now 4 of their players to work in a secret. Steel's going to preemptively rotate downstairs to try and catch this. Snacks did take a little bit of heat working himself down those steps, or rather into another fight that he has taken towards lobby. Excuse me, as he's not here towards secret at all. He's going to fall back to the roof. As I imagine he'll be late pushing into another part of the map here. Steel taking some heat there as well.
A little bit of burn.
So he's going to be forced back. He goes all the way down to 36 HP from that, so a pretty massive amount of damage. And he's got to take this, like, not the greatest angle for him to take when he knows the push is going to be coming towards him here. Yeah, and there we go. He gets knocked out, finished off. The assist from Veggie on the molly there as PHR gets the kill on Steel.
Yeah, there's just no escaping there, so Infinite is trying to find a good angle. He's got his teammate Cam helping him out. That was actually upstairs in the A bomb site. Infinite now repositioning. I like this angle because he can hide from the door, but VP, again, they are so cautious, so careful with the clock sometimes. It's ticked down to 30. They still haven't even actually made it onto the site yet, but there's only one here defending, and that's Infinite. He desperately needs some help to arrive soon. Bomb is going to get tapped down and planted, but he hasn't shown himself. They have no idea he's on this site.
Infinite finds one, doesn't want to go for the kill just yet, though. He's trying to make sure he gets basically trying to buy enough time between himself and his opponents, as quite a few of the members of VP had fallen back there. We have a start on the defuse. Infinite finds another pickup here onto Veggie and then goes for the last 2 as well. Infinite, what a round. 4 kills from him and the defuse as well. Beautiful stuff.
A little bit of team love coming there towards the end. What a wonderful play from Infinite. Ends up capping off that 4K. I thought he was just going to stick the bomb, but he pulls off and brings out the big clutch. So patient here, waiting for those smokes to fade on site. Wanted to make sure he had a clear vision of everything that's happening. He was basically calling out player counts. He's like, hey, there's one, he's gone in decon, there's one still on site, there's probably one still sitting on the stairs and one over in radio. And it works out wonderfully for him in the end. All that intel, all that recon work.
That's also going to break VP importantly here, as you can see now. They're working with mainly just P250s, one Deagle sitting on Veggie. That's it. So, no.
He was trying to get into the vent and Ben was blocking it.
Beautiful stuff from Ben. Knifes out Snacks. That'll be a nice little bonus for him to take away. Whippy, at the same time, going to try and throw Molly over the push going towards Secret. They should be able to counter-smoke that and just run through relatively quickly. But no, they've been held up, so there is delay due to the Molly. And in just a second here, that's going to clear. Smoke wall is a little bit imperfect, but not in a way that it would reveal them to any of the CTs. They're actually going to try to push and put some pressure on Mini from Warehouse. It does not work. Ben on the cusp of an ace. Veggie, hold on. Here's some revenge, at least, from earlier on in the round. Gets the second onto Ben for the actual revenge. He's going to get flashed out here, though. Blinded pretty heavily by it, but still staying alive, and ultimately Steel will find the killing blow.
They do get that op back too, which is important. A little bit of bonus money there with the knife kills in that round. I think Ben actually went into the vents and they kind of just collided trying to get into the vents at the same time. Yeah, here you go. Absolutely ridiculous. It didn't even look like he was on the ladder. He was just sort of wedged in there.
So nice little block. Knew that VP was going to have to try something sneaky since it was their eco round and just straight up body blocks the vents. Normally, you don't see CTs try that too often, even though it seems like something that would work pretty well for those kind of sneaky plays. But nice stuff from Ben.
Snatchy gets free access outside. No smokes, very limited utility used, and he just wanders into the secret stairs. That's actually huge.
Steel, in the meantime, did find that opening pick against Snacks, pushing out, I believe, from Squeaky. But now, because of Snatchy's free access to outside that you just mentioned, he can start to pinch this. He's got a good amount of intel, knows Mini's open. PHR trying to spam through and look for that position from Steel since he's also been smoked out of lobby. And the rest of VP just kind of swarming in that outside presence here now. They've got it for free, so they might as well use it. Got Snatchy working himself all the way over to heaven. However, Whippy does have a watch on that if he tries to go for the direct cross. But Snatchy's smart, realizes that is a possibility. He's going to jump up towards heaven on the AC units instead.
Snatchy has an excellent flank, and I don't think they have any idea that he can be in this position. Ooh, Ben actually watching that dinks him down to 11 HP, but the quick flick from Snatchy makes it look easy. Mihu now sneaking his way in as well. clearing out any and all corners. I love Steel's position here, but he just lost his teammate on the site. That makes things really difficult. He doesn't have the ideal gun for this. He's got an AWP, but he's got to watch so many angles. PHR is also in the lobby, so Sneal's just got to try and work his way out. Point blank range with the AWP right into Veggie's chest. He knows there's one up top. That's going to be the nade that probably takes care of Snatchy, but he's killed in the meantime. It'll be a 2-on-2. It's Whippy and Infinite facing off against Mihu and PHR. Mihu gets aggressive. It's punished by Whippy, and now it's all up to PHR on the site. They do have kits on both players and utility to work with as well. There is retake potential for sure. They move up towards the site. PHR gets the first kill. No, he doesn't. Drops them down very low, but Chaos will win the round. That's 7-7. We're all tied up.
Can't connect onto that last bullet. Needed to finish off Whippy and then transfer over onto Infinite. So another round picked up by Chaos. And we're back to our camera here. He's gonna go. He's gonna go do some exploring.
This thing's just fun. I want to play with this after this game.
You could do it on the break.
Yeah.
Pip did it last time.
How far away can we go?
See, that's a good question.
Can we make it to the Chipotle player lounge? Can we just like video
Can we
us
make
eating
it to the Chipotle bar?
That's the most important aspect of this entire event is the Chipotle player lounge.
It's so far from us.
It is. It's very
the only
far.
downside to it.
Yeah, why didn't they put it like right in front of me?
just right beside the casting desk. Yeah. Snatchy's gonna start things off well on this push. It's a full run out from VP through Hut, but the trades are being found by Chaos. VP still has an even man advantage, but both Snatchy and Stacks are heavily injured. Chaos put the brakes on their own aggression for the time being, as they are gonna let VP take a little bit of control and get that plan onto the ground, but soon that retake will be working its way in.
Snacks with that UMP, but this close, it should be strong. It's not going to work out. VP cut down to 2, Snatchy and Mihu. Mihu, though,
oh no.
Took him a little bit of time. I don't know if he realizes the second target was to his left. Infinite's going to drop off. They're going to hold for the push. The bomb is not planted for Mihu, so he's going to have to wide swing, and he's not even going to get an opportunity there. 8-7, Chaos ends up closing out the half, taking that 1-round lead, but that is going to throw us into a very quick break. When we come back, it'll be the second half of map number 1. Stay tuned.
Welcome back yet again, ladies and gentlemen. It's the DreamHack Open Atlanta, and we've got Chaos going up against VP in a best-of-3. Loser, unfortunately, will be eliminated, but we are still in the middle of map number 1, so there's plenty of time for both of these teams to find redemption yet. At the moment, Chaos has the lead coming off their CT side, but only by 1 round. VP had a fantastic early half there, and are now looking to capitalize on the CT side. Let's get into it, as Chaos are already into the site.
That was a great pop flash as well from Ben Lee, thrown up into the window to get them access. It didn't really blind them so much, but he does get the flash assist regardless. And the site's been lost. It's a 5-on-3. Quick work from Chaos to get into this site and kick things off here in this second half. Steel with a massive hard carry in that first half. 21 kills, 9 deaths, 130 ADR coming into this pistol. Here he's been taken down. Cam also found a kill on the round. Infinite, gonna see them as they push through the door. An instant 1-for-1 trade, but it goes back and forth again. It's ping-ponging around. It's all up to PHR. It's a 1-on-2. The bomb keeps ticking further and further away. The likelihood of a retake now gone. It will be Chaos winning the pistol and spreading that lead to 2.
There we go, the explosion working its way in. VP will take the loss on that one. Chaos certainly going to be happy to take a win on the pistol here for T-Side, as it should bolster their scoreline a little bit more here. If we are to assume that there isn't a crazy upset on the second round, which to be fair has become more and more common over the last few years, so the pistol round is not as much of a guaranteed 2 or 3 round boost as it used to be.
CT side goes with the auto shotgun and the scout. Look at the odds too. Pretty dead even, and I would say that accurately represents how I feel about this. Now, PHR already found a kill on the round with the auto shotgun of all things. Bizarre.
Still not going down, I think inside of Mini. Snatchy has a lineup looking for 1 pickup here if he can get it, but not going to be happening. Chaos just slowly trudging forward on this outside push. They do get control, but it's such an effort from them. As far as I can tell, they're pretty much out of utility except for 2 more smokes and save for the execute. Veggie sneaks in, drops the bomb, and gets the second one as he confirms the kill on Steel. Whippy is going to get 1 for himself. PHR.
All right.
That happened. And now we're down to Infinite here.
Not exactly a good round there from Chaos. They allow the auto shotgun to get things started. They found 2 kills on the auto shotgun, mind you. Used that to pick up an SMG. Found a kill with the SMG as well. That was the MAC-10, and then a second for Veggie. So a little bit sloppy there in the early round. Minor mistakes punished. Chaos will have to go back into this one, readjust the game plan. They're going to come in with some pistols, some armor, and a whole lot of nades.
That is as much as they can force, so it's going to be a boom into the A site. Here they go. It's trying to drop down. Veggie's already going to be able to finish off 1 with the nade counter that was thrown in, but the rest of the team did make it down or through another avenue here. Mihu and Steel will trade blows. That also leads to the loss of Cam. Snatchy on a rotate in, catches Steel before it can successfully get the bomb onto the ground, and now we're left with just Infinite and Whippy, one of which has already been dealt with.
That kind of ruins what they were planning to do. So the whole idea of that play was to get the bomb down and then allow Whippy to get the lurk. And then kind of defend from vent with a rifle, potentially. But Steel gets the smoke down before the smoke blossoms. He gets spotted from ramp. They get the kill. No bomb plan. So I like the idea and the plan. Lacking a little bit in the execution. A smoke that could have put out that molly probably would have saved Ben Leet's life.
So not going to see any success on the force from Chaos. And now time for their full eco to come in here. Just going to be Glocks, literally nothing. Oh, never mind. A few nades end up working their way into the setup there just after the buy time, or just after the freeze time expires. So they're going to end up with 1 HE, 1 molly, and 1 smoke. No flashes to use for the team right now. They are taking this much more slowly. It is looking like they're going to try to use some of that utility to maybe get over here towards ramp, and then use that to leverage control of a B site push. However, that could very quickly change based on the way that they're kind of moving around right now. Definitely not certain of anything when you have this type of a buy. It's a much more free-flowing strat you need to use anyway. Good nade, should do some decent damage, and total does about 50 or so. Mihu is now going to be able to spray these players down as well. A quick 3K for him. Snacks does steal the 4th that he tries to get on his pistol, and that leaves only Steel. Going to try to push through Squeaky, but as you might expect, it is stopped by Snatchy.
VP, the first team to reach double-digit rounds here as they cross over that threshold with 10. Chaos again, unable to get the bomb plant. Mihu just mows them down. Makes it look easy. I thought he got that last one too, but
yeah, no, I did as well.
Stole it.
I caught on
it was like dead on. The shot was dead on. He just wasn't quick enough. The buy does come in though from the T side. It will include a Galil for Benli, who's been dispatched early in rounds multiple times, including in that second round after winning the pistol by an auto shotgun. Died to the molly trying to get down into the lower. Feels like he hasn't had much of an opportunity to do much here on the T side. Steel goes down quick and early, and that's a rough one to lose as Steel's been the top performer here for Chaos. Definitely hamstrings the T side a bit.
Massive drop-off losing Steel early on, but it does mean he can focus a little bit more on the team itself for this round. Mihu, though, is going to be able to move up and pick off Cam, so not the greatest start to this next investment here from Chaos, even though it is still missing quite a bit due to their fledgling economy this early on in the half.
Still 3 players remain here for Chaos. 2 with SGs and 1 with the Galil, and there goes the SG. Bye-bye, Galil. It's all up to Whippy. And he's looking around, realizing, wow, my entire team is dead, and they have everything under control. I do have the bomb, but realistically speaking, this round was over before it even started. Chaos not able to get an opening on either site. So it should be Whippy trying to save this SG for another opportunity. But again, VP on that CT side of Nuke now, just picking up round after round. You got to be a little concerned if you're Chaos.
Just either not able to leverage nades correctly or not having them in that situation. Made a very brutish attempt to take control of the A site and a couple other areas of the map, none of which really worked out for them. So this ends up being a very clean round for Virtus.pro at the end of the day. Snatchy specifically picking up the double from upper there in the A site, which was the real thorn in Chaos' side as they were trying to push in for this execute. Obviously, we won't be seeing Whippy do anything here. He'll just be saving his Krieg for the next round. And that'll be 9-11 here now, with Virtus.pro taking back the lead.
Kind of curious what the money's going to look like here for Chaos. That is a few rounds in a row lost, so the loss bonus is building up pretty rapidly, but Snatchy really shut that round down. They opt not to spend too much, picking up some armor and some pistols. Again, a lot of grenades. Spending around 1,200 on the richest player. Again, Whippy still has that SG. And they wanted to go fast inside. Snatchy actually gets a bonus kill. Shoots at Steel, and Benli just happens to be in the background. It feels like that's happened time and time again to Ben. He cannot catch a break. Snatchy, though, will get the ace on the round. Another one that looks almost easy as they try to flow out the door. The flow's been stopped.
A little boost up there for Snatchy. Definitely a bit of a stat pickup for him, too. And again, just an absolute shutdown here on the push. Great stuff coming in from Virtus.pro, showing a lot more consistency on this CT side right now. But also, again, Chaos is having a lot of woes setting up their economy. They've got, I think, the first real full buy where they're not working with like a Galil or, nope, never mind, Whippy's got one.
Galil, yeah.
Yeah. So even so, this, I mean, you can consider this one not full enough here with the amount of utility they have and whatnot. Just no off presence this time around.
Early nade damage dealt too. Infinite and Steel both gobbled up a grenade. Now Stat and Molly took a few ticks. That's why he's sitting down on 53. But the T side does get lower control, so they make their way through the stairs. Smoke's going to go down. Snatchy's on the stairs, playing a position we saw Steel play in that first half masterfully. And Snatchy's having one hell of a game. 27 and 12 with 109 ADR. Now he's about to get a few players coming his way. Oh, the nade. If he had thrown it, it would be so wonderful. There it is. The nade's going to go down, and yikes.
Ooh.
So much damage dealt with that nade.
Solid 60 or 70. That actually might have been over 100, to be honest, right there. But either way, 3 players get absolutely chunked by that nade. Ben, however, is going to be able to find the opener for the team as they continue to move forward. The problem is he's kind of detached from the actual hit, but that's okay, because it's still bringing players from VP away from their actual push right now. 40 seconds remaining here. Mihu going to be able to take out Steel. Infinite. Whippy gets onto the inside of Vents and trades it back out onto Snatchy. But Cam and Ben continue to pick up kills and shut the round down for Chaos.
That ended up working out really well for the side of Chaos. A little bit of early damage dealt. And that nade, my goodness. Chunking several players down very low in HP.
What are they getting too that hit them pretty heavily, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, dropped them down to like 60 apiece. And then they ate another grenade that dropped multiple players down. VP though, plenty of money built up in the coffers. Snatchy, after buying the op, has 8,200.
So not going to be breaking them for quite a long time. Probably not until you tie it up, which will be great for Chaos. If they get to that point, that means they might have a assured lead for them to push past. But we'll talk more about that when we get to that point. Like Buck said, we got a long way here before VP are actually broken. Nade setups starting to come in from both sides here as Chaos is looking to get Fairs out into mid. A flash to assist with a peek from Stacks, and it works out brilliantly. Goodbye to Whippy. There's one more player up on top of the Twinkie, though, and they aren't able to flash him out. So Steel will be able to take out Snacks, finding the trade. However, you might note that Steel did get dinked, so he's still going to be incredibly low after that fight.
And it feels like Whippy and Ben Lee just get consistently nade punished. Whether it's a flash, an AT, or a molly, it doesn't make a difference. It's constantly blowing up their plays. Whippy, who was really good in that train match yesterday for Chaos, kind of off to a rough start, 9 and 15. That said, Steel has picked up the slack. Mihu, somewhat bizarre position to find yourself in playing defensive ramp. And it does look like that's where they're going to be heading. So the smoke goes down, flashbang to follow potentially. Another nade that might do so much damage. Yeah, drops Infinite down to 57. Could have done even more if they were grouped up a little bit tighter. But there's Mihu spraying down too, does exactly what he needs to do. Snatchy's here with the op, they're actually going to fall back. Good call.
Well, group up and try to work their way back in. It looks like Steel's trying to push his way out through Hut. Won't find anything there, though, and PHR also quickly shuts down Cam as he attempts to move the other direction. That's the trade back coming in from VP. They're going to continue to maintain and now push forward here with 13 rounds. There's 3 more away from the map.
Mihu looking so good. Flashes of the player we always thought we'd see when he finally got the opportunity to play with VP. Felt like he was waiting in the wings for so many years to play with VP. And then when he gets the chance, that the VP that he knew was gone.
There's 2 sides of that coin, I suppose you could say, but again, we'll talk more about this in a second, as we've already got a fight brewing. Snatch getting right up into the face, the push from Chaos outside. He gets 3 kills. Snatchy assisting on the flash that was tossed to the smoke, tries to go for the number 4, but Ben shuts it down before it can happen.
Snatchy gonna take down one more after Snacks did all of that damage early on. Steel wondering how his team died so rapidly. With just 30 seconds left, or 30 seconds ticked away from the round, for that matter, he found himself in a 1-on-4.
So we're going to try and work this with a Galil as well as the other problem. He's got, doesn't really have a weapon he can use at long range, and he's down at 22 HP. He is
Don't fall.
Girding the outskirts of the Twinkie right now, trying his best to get that shot on Snatchy. He does find it. Oh, it does so much damage as well, but Veggie gets the better of him with a peek from inside the warehouse.
That's that come on Galil moment. Like, I wish I had an AK or an SD
just
or
work, gun.
Anything, maybe a Deagle.
Maybe that's the answer to the Krieg. Just buff the Galil.
Buff the Galil.
Just create another problem.
Give the FAMAS like a 12-shot burst.
Make
no recoil.
Make the Galil usable, and then we can talk about the Krieg.
Make the Galil great again. The AWP coming out from Snatchy. Again, we see a lot of these aggro peaks coming in from VP. Snatchy wants to take the peek towards the door. He has to be careful. He just watch that flash drop right in front of him. Blinds him a little bit, even though he tries to turn. He's going to keep on moving with this one. He almost had a collateral opportunity there. They were lining up for a moment, but he does manage to pick things up. There's Steel saying, hey, I can make the Galil work. I heard you guys talking trash. It's not as bad as you like to think. They've got access into this A site. It will be a 3-on-3 even strength as Snacks picks off Infinite outside. The bomb should be planted momentarily.
Bomb will go down. VP are going to remain patient in this. There's no rush right now without it going onto the ground. Ben? Okay, never mind. There apparently isn't a lot of patience on VP as Snack just dives right in. Mihu and PHR are now the last one standing. PHR was ready to jump up through vents, but I think he's now holding until Mihu's in a better position. So I don't really know what the game plan was necessarily there, specifically for Snacks, but it's led to a very detached retake for the remaining 2 players.
Again, VP, Scrooge McDucking it right now. They are sitting on so much money. And it looks like they want to go for the late retake, so they're going to go ahead and try and stick the bomb. Surprise, we're still here. They're actually going to get it. They're going to win the round.
Oh, no.
The bomb blows up. If they had mistimed it a little bit.
Oh, if they'd done that like a second earlier, they would have had it. But a good attempt again. You have to give them some credit for trying a bold play like that, as it in practice worked, just didn't work out in the timing aspect of it.
That would have been a terrible way to lose that round and then watch number 15 go on the board for VP.
Oh, it would have been great for VP, right? Because it would have immediately put Chaos on tilt. Probably, no trouble at all getting that 16th round, in my opinion. And then I think that tilt stays until map number 2 for at least some of the players on Chaos, because that's just such an unfortunate way to lose a round.
Coming into this one, we do have ops on both sides. But it's really that quick play out of the door. Veggie in the backside of sight, manages to pick up 2. Again, he's been really good for VP, but they do lose control of the site. Snatchy wants to go up fast, catches the bomb as it plants, so that's actually huge for Chaos. They do lose a player, but the bomb does go down. It's gonna be a 1-on-2, or 2-on-2, excuse me. Now it will be a 1-on-2. Infinite had all the time in the world to line that one up. We watched him win a big clutch, and he's gonna do it again. 12 rounds now for Chaos, inching their way back into this game. But again, the money pile was so big for VP that it's going to take a while for them to chip past it.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about before. Basically, they would have to run it up to a tie situation in order to actually break their money at 14, or what at the time would have been, I believe, 12-12.
Yeah.
But we're different now, so we'll see how exactly the VP money stack is going to look like once we get back into the game here in just a second. But good stuff from Infinite to clutch it back out. It's keeping Chaos in the game, now just 2 rounds behind their opponents, and this is it. This should be the final buy from VP. The only person that could really buy after this would be PHR.
So yeah, if they can win this one here, that's 13-14. We'd be at tie point. We could potentially see another Chaos overtime. They went to overtime in their first match here against Crazy, unfortunately falling. The match that felt like it was theirs to take. They had that one in their hands and they just fumbled it away. The buy here from Chaos, not exactly ideal. A Galil and 2 MAC-10s accompanying the SG and the AWP.
They've already proven they can win rounds with this, though. That's the thing. They're working with a scrappy buy, but they've been working with scrappy buys for a little while here now. And I don't think that that is necessarily going to be the determining factor about whether they win or lose this round, especially considering that it's looking like they're going to take most of their contact at close range here in the A-bomb site. Walking in, however, VP are shutting it down. 3 kills for them. Snacks will get traded by Whippy because he had to stay in the molly to pick up the kills he got. But regardless, Steel, some nice spam to find PHR, yes, but it's just the beginning. Now they're down to a 2v3 at least. We've got some capability to try and rally this back. Steel with a nice flash up on top, but it doesn't blind Mihu from his position. Now we're left with only Infinite in this situation. He'll get knocked out, and VP go up to map point.
As bad as the money would have been for VP losing that round, it was even worse for Chaos coming into it. I would assume at this point you're going to have a pause maybe called by Chaos to talk things over. It's now right on the edge of losing this first map. No, they're just going to play it through. So pistols come out here from Chaos. No break pump, no break check. The SG and the MAC-10, it's all they've got, and it looks like they want to try and play fast with that if possible. Molly's going to go down to try and slow things down. They just smoke it off. Right on through they go. It'll be Mihu to only get 1 kill before Whippy trades out immediately. They want to drop down. They know that someone could be here. It's Snatchy with the AWP. He'll pick off the first player, but there's 2 now. Double peeking doesn't make a difference to Snatchy. It's going to be a 4-on-2. So quickly this developed into a negative round for Chaos.
Snatchy doing so much work right now for Virtus.pro. Veggie's going to be coming in for one of the final kills. It's all up to Ben in a 1v4 situation. He'll have to try to make the best of this, but there's no real way he can safely get in the site. He uses the molly as an opportunity, though. Good adjustment from Ben. Moves in and finally catches Snap, but misses Veggie on the right side. That'll be the end of it, ladies and gentlemen. Virtus.pro come out on top of map number 1, but we're not done just yet. We still have Train coming up, the pick from Chaos themselves, and we'll have to see if they're going to be able to bring it back on that map.
Yeah, I mean, Train, they looked really good on yesterday. A couple of misplays at times when they were playing against Crazy, but ultimately they did go to overtime against Crazy. And I would argue that Crazy's a stronger team than VP, so we'll see what they're able to do on that next map. Just a little disappointing at times here on Nuke. Felt like it started out a little flat from the side of Chaos.
Yeah, I think overall it took them a little bit to get into the game, whereas VP, especially players like Snatchy, just like came into this guns blazing and went completely off. Whereas over on the Chaos side, you had Steel doing some really good work in the first half, but then the team overall kind of fell off a little bit in the second half. So stick with us, guys. Map number 2 is coming up in just a few minutes right here from DreamHack.